All right, guys. Eric Paul's in here with 9 to 5 Sports, showing you the new studio setup. I'm pretty excited for it. I hope it looks pretty cool to you guys. Personally, I love it. I think it turned out well. Going to make a few tweaks here and there. Not completely finished, but I wanted to get this video out to you guys. So maybe by Monday, the next video, this will be completely done. But I'm pretty excited for it. It looks pretty good. But I'm going to give you guys the round 4 Showdown picks here for the Travelers Championship. As you guys know, hopefully, fingers are crossed, Xander Schauffele or Patrick Cantlay will come through for 9 to 5, both as an outright and DFS wise. They're the top 2 rated players in the 9 to 5 player pool, 2 core plays that I gave you guys, 2 outright bets. Hopefully it's sweat free Sunday. That would be great. But let's get into it. So just looking at the round for Showdown. So one thing that surprised me actually is that Rory is projected to score the second most fantasy points. And maybe that's more or less just because Rory is a round 4 scorer. He kind of sucked today. So, maybe he bounces back, but really Rory's week has kind of been what was expected. We had him as a first round leader bet because typically speaking, that mental fatigue that, I was thinking might happen with him, it typically doesn't come in the first round, and it typically doesn't come really in the second round. It just adds up throughout the weekend. And we're definitely seeing that with Rory. So maybe we just stay away from that. Although the data says that it could happen. That's going to be for you guys to decide. But obviously, Xander, it does seem like he's going to win, or Patrick Cantlay. It seems like one of those two are going to win. Obviously, Patrick Cantlay today shot -7, and Xander Schauffele, he didn't really have it all together. He just wasn't making enough putts. So I kind of expect that to flip-flop. I do think it's going to be one of those two closing it out for a victory. Fingers crossed. I mean, we've been in this situation before. The Waste Management Phoenix Open, they're both pretty much in control on the back nine. And then they really just let Scottie Scheffler steal that one away from him. And they probably regret that because that really changed Scottie Scheffler's season as a whole. I mean, pretty much since then, Scottie's been a stud. So interesting stuff there, I would say. And then let's just look at it a little bit more here. So let's just look at regression, see if there's anyone popping up that we could potentially get on, because honestly, in round 2 Showdown, that was my biggest mistake, was not going off of regression, because all the golfers that did well in round 2 were a lot of the golfers that were like regression guys. And actually my biggest regret in round 2 was not doing the full slate. I did AM slate, and some people from 9 to 5 Nation had some really strong round 2 Showdown builds, especially the late round 2 Showdown. And I would have to see on the chat here, someone was saying they had a Showdown sweat in round 3. So really the difference is going to be like 1 or 2 players here or there. Really just one player in a Showdown build. For me, that was Seamus Power. He double bogeyed, and that pretty much doomed me in. Double bogeyed on the drivable par 4. That pretty much doomed me in. If you take that, make that a birdie, could have been a much better day Showdown-wise for me. Pretty much a push day Showdown-wise for me. But so really from this range, I don't really see much players that I would really go out of my way for. Maybe Mackenzie Hughes, he was kind of popping up. He is someone that actually ranks out decently for the round 2 rank or round 4 ranking, 11th best. You maybe roll with him. Potentially Nate Lashley, who I hate myself for not playing him because he actually ranked out pretty well in the model. You can see top 30 in the model there. That would have been nice to play him value-wise. Davis Riley could be a decent play as well, but really that's what we're focusing on. I was trying to find those golfers that have that upside. But just getting into it, like Xander, Patrick Cantlay, those guys are expected to continue to play well. Wouldn't be shocking if they finish 1 and 2 like they currently are. Someone like Tony Finau, though, could make a splash on Sunday. And that's kind of been the case with Tony Finau this season. It's when he makes the cut, and kind of he's in like the exact position he's been in weeks past. It's like when he makes the cut, he kind of just gets better throughout the weekend. And we've seen him have really low round 4s. So it really wouldn't be shocking to see him have a low round 4 as well. Scottie Scheffler could easily get in the mix. Seamus Power, I mentioned earlier. Seamus Power is a guy who shot even par today, and he could have shot much better. He kind of had his bad round. I expected him to have a much better round as well. Regression-wise, top 13 in the field, so 6th best round 4 Showdown pick. And then we're getting into some simple plays. Keith Mitchell makes sense. Kevin Kisner makes sense. Nate Lashley makes sense. I do expect Brendan Steele to bounce back. You go with Keegan Bradley, Harold Varner. Those are all decent plays. I did run the 9 to 5 lineup builder already. We'll show you guys the usage on them. This is what spit out to me for these golfers. Make it a little bit smaller. More small, I guess. All right, there we go. So it actually gave me 100% Kevin Kisner, Mackenzie Hughes, Tony Finau, Keith Mitchell, Xander Schauffele, Nate Lashley. I don't want to do that. I want to get a little bit more random. I'm going to put it in 3 unique players at least. And I'm going to throw in max exposure of, see, round 4 is difficult because you obviously want the golfers that are going to go low. So I'm going to go like 50%, which is a lot more than I typically like to do. So let's just see who it spits out, and then we'll begin out of here. So still a lot of Kevin Kisner, maybe a little bit more than I would like personally, but, you know, pretty good for the golfers I want to be on. Maybe I would want to get a little bit more Patrick Cantlay in there, but, you know, pretty good spread for the players that we're on. But that's all I have for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Let's have a good round 4. But more importantly, please, for love of everything, Patrick Cantlay or Xander, win. I just couldn't handle them choking it again. I want Xander to pull through and get that victory, that full tournament field victory. I almost posted this on Twitter this week. I don't know if you guys have seen that stupid, he's a 10, but, you know, whatever excuse. Well, that's Xander Schauffele. He's a 10, but he can't win a normal event. Let's win that normal event, Xander. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe. I do appreciate that. And as always, let's keep catching.